Well, good morning, San Diego. I'm Jenny Milkowski in for Elizabeth Alvarez.
And I'm Jason Austell. It's Sunday, January 9th. So nice to have you on the set, Jenny.
Oh, thank you. So far away, but yet so close. Well, Governor Newsom is putting forward a $2.7 billion COVID emergency response package. This all goes towards testing efforts and supporting our frontline workers. It also aims to strengthen our healthcare system and give better aid to vulnerable communities. Now, included in this proposal, supplemental paid sick leave policies. Those are meant to assist with a high number of healthcare workers who are sidelined with COVID. Well, a group of San Diegans who are against government mandates got together for their big Freedom Revival event. It happened at Waterfront Park yesterday. More than 1,000 people came out to speak up against government mandates. The group says they are not anti-vaccine, nor are they anti-mask, but they are pro-freedom of choice. The event was touted as family-friendly. There was a band, food trucks, a lot of speakers as well. We did catch up with a few people at the Freedom Revival event to hear their message.
There are a lot of people who understand what's going on. I think a lot of other people are just directly affected by it, so they're worried about losing their job or they're worried about their child getting a shot to go to school.
I think these people are busy with their lives, raising families, working hard, and everyone's waking up. This has gone too far, and we want to change course.
So I was live at that event, while they were setting up, and I know we had a crew there later in the day. While we were there, we didn't see any counter protesters at the event. So to share the other side of the story, of course, we want to say the CDC, San Diego County Health and Human Services, along with hundreds of medical professionals across the country, they are still encouraging people to get that vaccine. They are calling it safe and effective. These same groups also say masks, they are an important tool in fighting COVID. It has been 1 year since Maya Miliete vanished from her Chula Vista home, and last night, the community held a prayer vigil. Family, friends, strangers came together at Chula Vista Community Park to honor Maya's memory, but also to raise awareness about their continued efforts to find her. Maya's sister, brother-in-law, they did speak with us, describing just how critical it is to keep up the search to find their lost family member.
Yeah, tonight it was a blessing to see all these people come out. Volunteers that have been with us since day one, coming out and searching with us every weekend. Even new people that came out. We met a lot of new people in Chula Vista, just came out and just showed love to the family. We are truly humbled and truly blessed to have all this support, not just from the community, but also from the media. And a couple of the members of the Chula Vista Police Department showed up also to show their support and their continued love for Maya and the case. Yeah, it was a heartwarming, loving, harmony type of event for Maya. A lot of tears, and a lot of smiles at the same time.
So over the last year, multiple searches have been held trying to find Maya's body and bring the family some sort of closure. Meantime, Maya's husband, Larry, is charged in connection with her murder, along with additional weapons charges. Well, heads up for you commuters out there, a full rail closure between Oceanside and San Diego. Well, that is still in effect this weekend. All coastal rail line service suspended between the Oceanside Transit Center and the Santa Fe Depot. Construction crews, they're working along the rail line for scheduled improvements. We've got maintenance work, regular service back in action tomorrow, but I want you to keep in mind you may still experience delays of up to 15 minutes. So, hey, it goes without saying, plan ahead. 6:44 on your Sunday. It's quiet out there over in La Jolla Shores.
Low tide, too.
Low tide,
Big
yeah.
beach.
I drove in this morning and there was, I think, one car out on the road with me. That's it. Very quiet. Hey, if you're looking for your weather forecast, well, I've got that for you. A little chilly this morning, 45 degrees as you're waking up, humidity at about 93%. So grab a jacket. You'll probably have to shed it later on. Your current temperatures across the county, have they warmed up in the last, 30 minutes? I wouldn't say so. Along the coast, we've got Oceanside at about 48, Del Mar 47, over in La Mesa 45 degrees. So yeah, chilly across the board. You can see Ramona dipping down to 31. Ugh. Microclimate forecast at the coast. Your high today, you can expect about 68 degrees. It will drop down to about 51 for your low. Inland, a little bit warmer at 73. The mountains seeing 47 for a high, and at the desert, 72, dropping down to a low of 45. We're going to take a peek at your 7-day supercast at the coast. So we've got today, that's Sunday, reminder in case you forgot, as I mentioned, your high of about 68 degrees. It will warm up tomorrow, 73. That looks gorgeous, 75 degrees there. Not a lot of change throughout the week. We're going to hover in those low to mid 70s, some high 60s as well. Inland, Tuesday proves to be a beautiful day. Well, we'll see when it gets here, 77 degrees. It does dip down for next weekend at about 66 degrees for your Friday. We're going to take a peek at the mountains. Today's high 49 degrees. It looks like a warm one on Wednesday with a high of about 48. Checking out your 7-day supercast at the desert. Today will be lovely, 72, plenty of sunshine. We'll stay consistent for your Monday. A little bit of a hit there on Tuesday. It's going to go up a couple degrees, but otherwise fairly consistent. And again, 45 degrees. Winds are calm right now as you're about to head out the door at 6:46. Well, hey, the city of Escondido currently going through the independent redistricting process to redraw our city council district lines. The Redistricting Commission is looking for your input on how to redraw the council district line. So we've got Escondido City Clerk Zach Beck with me now. He's got details on how to get involved. I know it sounds very wordy. People are like, do I care? But this is a very, very important matter, right, Zach?
Correct. Well, good morning, Jenny. Thanks so much for having me. I'm honored to be here.
Okay, so first of all, let's address redistricting. This is something that happens roughly, you would say, probably every 10 years, right?
Correct. So it happens every 10 years after the census is taken, and then all the city council district boundaries need to be redrawn in compliance with federal law and state law. And we just had this happen here in the county level and at the state level, and now it's coming down to the local level, and all municipalities in San Diego County are going through this right now, including Escondido.
So, you know, a lot of people at home maybe are very familiar with redistricting, but for those who aren't, we're going to kind of put it into layman's terms because this impacts a lot of areas. Education, this impacts political power, legislature, and the issues that they tackle. I mean, this really impacts our day-to-day.
It does. It's truly an important process because when you think about the redistricting that's transpiring throughout the state of California and here in the county of San Diego, when we are redrawing these district boundaries, we're doing so in a manner to allow the public the opportunity to help actually craft these boundaries. And the reason why it is important is because the way these boundaries end up being set are going to be set for the next 10 years. And that is going to determine the type of individual that is going to be representing your interest on a school board, on a city council, or any legislative body throughout the county of San Diego.
So how do we, as you know, people at home watching, how do we get involved? Our input on these communities of interest, that's what you were trying to gather, correct?
Yes, so we want to gather communities of interest, and what those are representing neighborhoods, perhaps shared social interests, shared economic interests, and members of the public, specifically in Escondido. What they can do is they can attend one of the various public hearings we're hosting throughout the city. And in doing so, we are offering these in a hybrid format, both via Zoom as well as in person. And you can come to one of those meetings in person and actually make your voice heard to the Redistricting Commission and let them know where you want the district boundaries written. If you don't want to attend one of the meetings, you can simply go onto our city's website, escondido.org/independent-redistricting, and actually complete a community of interest form. And that will help shape the way in which these district boundaries are written. And when you think about it, it's not just for the city of Escondido, it's other municipalities throughout the county of San Diego. So you want to go through a very similar process, irrespective of whatever city you are in right now.
How much input or, you know, weight of our input would you say really impacts these redistricting lines?
Yeah, actually a significant impact because the way this is structured is we have an independent redistricting commission. So this is not being drawn by a political body such as a city council. It is being drawn by an independent body that is specifically desiring to receive the public input because law does not stipulate what an actual community of interest is. That has to be determined by those who actually reside in there. So it's essential that we receive this type of input in order to make sure that we're crafting these boundaries in such a way that truly reflects the community.
Okay, and so I saw we had a graphic up with some of the meetings that are coming up, and the first one I believe is tomorrow, 6 p.m. over in East Valley. If people want to come out, what can they expect? Can they just show up? What should they come prepared with?
Yeah, so they should just come prepared with their knowledge and understanding of their neighborhood, of their community. They simply can attend the meeting at the beginning. We will go through basically an overview of what redistricting is, explain some of the specific terminology, and then we will open it up to actually have the public comment on live map drawing. We are actually going to begin drawing the city council district boundaries tomorrow night. And in doing so, the public can actually make real-time comments as to where they believe these boundaries should be actually drawn. And that's for the people who are attending via Zoom. It's the people who are attending in person. We also offer translation services, so there's no limitation. If you do not speak English, you're allowed to be there. It's something that we're wanting to open up the door for anyone who's in the city of Escondido to come and speak on these matters, so that way they can have their voices heard when they actually elect new city council members in November.
Yeah, it's really important because we want to be fairly represented. Obviously, we want to avoid discrimination with this redistricting. Have you, in your experience, seen redistricting gone wrong, where really, we want to get out there and voice our opinions as to, avoid something going wrong?
Yeah, you think historically the term gerrymandering, that was actually where the initial district boundaries were drawn in such a way where it looked like a salamander, basically looked not like a good district, and it was specifically done in such a way to not allow the residents to have adequate representation. Fortunately, here in the state of California, and fortunately here in the county of San Diego, we have not encountered that level of gerrymandering. So we are very grateful for that, because we do everything we can to comply with federal and state and local law to make sure that the true representation of these different city council districts are drawn in such a way where it reflects the community, and it's not done in any way to represent or just benefit any political party or any specific candidate. It's solely designed to allow the public to have their district's boundaries drawn in a way that reflects their interests.
Yeah, Zach, thank you. This is a very important issue, so it's important that we bring this to light. Again, there's a meeting tomorrow, 6 p.m. over in East Valley. We'll put all the information on our website. We've got one coming up January 13th and the 18th as well. Zach, happy Sunday. Thank you for joining us.
Hey, thank you very much, Jenny. Have a great day.
Yep, you too. Hey, the Consumer Electronics Show was held last week. A lot of exciting gadgets were shown off. So after the break, we're going to show you some of the coolest tech at this year's show. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Razer is unveiling a face mask with a microphone and speaker that amplifies a person's voice.
Well, the keyboard and mouse company unveiled the Zephyr Pro at this year's Consumer Electronics Show. The mask is going to cost you about $150. Wow. It has an N95 grade filter to protect you against COVID and some internal fans reportedly as well. Another key feature is that the mask is transparent, which lets people read your lips when you're talking. That's cool. The company says this will go on sale later this year.
And if you can't decide on a car color, BMW's newest car has got you covered.
Okay, the BMW iX Flow features what the German automaker says is e-ink, and it will let you change the color and gradient to a certain degree. It's apparently the same ink technology used in e-readers like the Kindle. The e-ink contains millions of microcapsules that are the size of a human hair. Interesting. Each capsule has electronically charged white and black pigments, and based on the electricity pumped into the e-ink, the color will change. BMW says the car is currently just a design project and is part of an advanced research project. Ooh, they should make it so it changes with my mood. Like if I'm an angry driver, it turns red.
We'd have a lot of red cars on the road.
That would be cool.
All right, Crystal Pepsi is back. Do you remember Crystal Pepsi?
Yeah, I do. That white
do?
stuff. I never drank it, though. Yeah, Pepsi's bringing back the soda for limited time run.
Nobody drank it.
No, that's why they got rid of it.
Nobody drank it. Didn't last long, sorry.
Wait, okay, so it's coming back for a 30-year anniversary, but apparently you can't buy it. Instead, it's part of a contest where you can win the beverage by using the hashtag Show us your 90s. I see what they're doing. They're appealing to the millennials out there, us elder millennials. Pepsi wants people to post pictures of yourself in the 90s, and the company will choose its favorite 300. Those, are we going to call you lucky people? Well, you get 6 20-ounce bottles of Crystal Pepsi. By the way, in case you forgot, Crystal Pepsi debuted in 1992, but was pulled off the market in early 94.
And they want pictures of us in our 90s look?
Yeah. With the crimped hair, the purple eyeshadow.
Gonna be a lot of mullets.
Hey, listen, you may want to run over to your refrigerator because more than 28,000 pounds of ground beef, they've been recalled due to possible E. coli contamination. The meat was sold at Winco, Albertson, Kroger, and some Walmart stores as well. It was produced on December 20th, 2021, and shipped to stores across the country, including, yes, right here in California. That's why we're telling you. The recalled items have an establishment number of 965, if you can remember that. You can find that number either inside the USDA mark of inspection or it's next to that timestamp and use by date that I know we all look for. All of the recalled products have a use or freeze by date of January 11th of this year.
Well, a scary scene out of North Carolina on Friday evening that left multiple people injured.
Yeah, skiers at Beach Mountain Resort were riding the chairlift up the slope when a skier on the ground collided with an air and water hydrant during a snowmaking operation. So this caused highly pressurized water to shoot into the air directly into the chairlift path. Look at that. You can see that in the video. It knocked the skiers from the lift and then they fell to the ground. Several other skiers, well, they made the decision to jump from the lift to avoid being sprayed. The resort says they worked quickly to turn off the water and help other people off of the lift. Yeesh.
Oh. The Smithsonian Zoo in Washington, D.C. shared footage of one of its young pandas playing in the snow.
Okay, in January 2021, the little, okay, that's so cute.
Cuteness alert.
Oh my goodness. So apparently the little panda cub was a little wary about the snow, but this time around, the 16-month-old plowed face first into the fresh powder, rolling around and enjoying his first snow day. I don't look like that in the snow. A winter storm blanketed much of the nation's capital in snow. The panda's belly sliding skills, I would say 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10.
Nicely done. Colm, the prize money of $2,000.
Well, I would have run if it was for money, maybe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A nice incentive there. Hey, Monster Jam, that's coming back to San Diego's Petco Park. Have you ever been to that, Monster Jam?
Yes, I have.
It's fun.
It's very loud, too.
It is very loud. You need your earplugs. Well, they took a hiatus due to the pandemic. It's scheduled to take place Saturday, the 15th and the 16th. World-class male and female athletes driving the 12,000-pound trucks will compete in various competitions, as one does. You can expect to see backflips, vertical two-wheel skills, racing at speeds up to 70 miles per hour. 30th season, by the way. The event will host a pit party. You can meet the drivers, crews, and see the trucks up close. For more information or to buy tickets, you can go to Ticketmaster.com.
Well, scientists in Israel have found that goldfish can drive.
Meanwhile, we've been flushing them down the toilet and they can drive. Hey, by attaching a camera to a water tank and challenging the fish to navigate, look at this video. A target on the opposite wall, researchers found that fish do indeed have the cognitive ability to learn complex tasks, and that navigational ability, it's universal. They did this through multiple challenges, even trying to fool the fish, but the fish quickly learned and were able to navigate to the target all by themselves. Wow.
How about that? Smarter than we thought.
Well, think about that next time you're just going to dump it down the toilet. You know what I'm saying? Well, employees at a local church preschool say they've been harassed. They say they've been intimidated and threatened by the state, all over keeping masks on toddlers. So now Foothills Christian Church Preschool has been closed. Pastor Kevin Miller was with us earlier this morning, and he told us what happened.
It seemed like it was doomed from the beginning because they said you must mask toddlers, 2, 3, and 4-year-olds. But you can't violate their civil rights. You can't force them to wear masks. And so we said, okay, could you work with us? Because quite frankly, we've got parents that don't think masking their 3-year-old is a really good idea. In fact, they think it's impossible. So we began that journey and we did the best we could. And it was very hostile from the beginning. We had an analyst come in who really interviewed kids without the parents' permission or knowledge, was really antagonistic and very, very aggressive. So we reached out to Senator Brian Jones, who had a talk with them and said, hey, let's work together. Let's try to bring this closer and see what we can do. And we were showing a lot of progress. In fact, in November, they said, hey, we see the progress. We see that you're working on it. And so we're going to sign you off, and those thousands of dollars of fines, they would fine us daily fines, $600 a day, thousands of dollars, even when we weren't open. And it was crazy. It was crazy. So they wrote it off and said, hey, you're good to go. Everything's fine. And then they came back in just days later and shut us down. I studied 322 visits that took place over the last 5 years in East County preschools. 88 of them were in the last 2 years during COVID. And I couldn't find anywhere except 2 examples of where they mentioned masks on toddlers, on preschoolers at all, us and another school. The other preschool got a B violation, which is a slap on the wrist, say, hey, let's clear this up, 10 days to fix it. They came back in and signed them off and had about 2 hours of investigation on it. We had over 40 hours over 60 days, 9.5 hours at a time, disrupting It got so bad that there was kids that were interviewed who wouldn't come back to school because of how aggressive the interview was. We had teachers that went home crying. It just destroyed what was going on. Yeah, we think that we were unfairly targeted for sure.
Well, a news conference will take place Monday morning with Senator Brian Jones, El Cajon Mayor Bill Wells, and the leadership of the preschool. A dog is safely back home after the dog was rescued from 5 feet of snow over in Lake Tahoe. There it is. 3-year-old pit bull mix Russ, caught in the middle of a big snowstorm. Turns out he had actually been missing since August. His owner, who was a traveling nurse, was in Tahoe when the Caldor fire swept through. She was forced to leave when the city was under evacuation, and that's when Russ, the pup, ran off. So fast forward a few months later, and Tahoe Paws volunteers found the dog on a mountainside, stuck in snow about 5 feet deep.
And I kind of petted him under the chin a little bit, and then he just did that, you know, where a dog rests their head in your hand.
The sweetest thing on the planet. Just the most amazing dog.
We're just like, he's here. Okay, now what's next? And we didn't really think about that. So I look over at Leon and I go, how do you feel about riding down in the sled with him on your lap?
A rescue and a ride.
Oh, my heart.
That is awesome.
You just wonder what was going through that dog's mind for all, for all that time being away.
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
It's scary stuck in 5 feet.
Speaking of endings, 1 more hour left of Good Morning San Diego. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back with our 10 o'clock hour.
This is Good Morning San Diego.
Well, good morning, San Diego. 1 more hour left. Do you have a little bit of extra pep in your step, Jason?
Yeah, I'm good to go. Let's do it.
I'm Jenny Milkowski in for Elizabeth Alvarez.
And I'm Jason Austell. It's Sunday, January 9th.
Hey, it is 10:13 on your Sunday. Titans of Soft Rock Yachtly Crew are coming back to San Diego and performing at La Pala Casino in the Indoor Pala Events Center. So we've got the lead singer of Yachtly Crew, singer Philly Ocean. He is here with us. He is dressed, ready to go. Did you have a late night or early morning because you're rocking the glasses?
You know what? Mum's the word, Jenny. Mum's the word. We always have a late night with Yacht Rock because we don't let the party stop.
That is right. And plus, you have another party going on in your home. I hear a screaming, drooling little child.
Did you hear him? He was just screaming. Yes, we have a little baby in the Philly Ocean household. He was born December 9th, and we're incredibly excited and exhausted, but we're having a lot of fun.
I have to ask, how does one keep up the appearance of Yacht Rock? I mean, that's a tough gig. Now with the baby.
You know what? It's been pretty smooth sailing, pun intended. But you know what? It's a commitment to a lifestyle, like anything. You know, it's about keeping things smooth. It's about keeping things fun and keeping things light. And if you can transition that into parenthood, which I think we're doing, my wife is amazing, then hey, I think that's a recipe for success.
Philly, you got to do me a favor, and you just got to put your glasses down a little bit. I just want to see just how red your eyes are from the lack of sleep. Oh yeah. Oh, you look pretty well rested.
Yeah, we're pretty lucky. We're pretty lucky.
All right. So for those not familiar with Yachtly Crew, you guys are coming back to San Diego. Tell us about the gig.
That's right. Our home away from home. We love San Diego. Our fans from San Diego have been incredibly supportive of us over the last 3-4 years, but especially through the pandemic. So for anyone tuning in who doesn't know what Yacht Rock is, who hasn't seen Yachtly Crew, we are the Titans of Soft Rock, and we play all of your soft rock hits from Kenny Loggins to Hall & Oates to Boz Scaggs, the Doobie Brothers, Michael McDonald, you name it. And we put on a really fun show. It's very high energy. Your own KUSI's own Tommy Sablon, he has been to many of our shows. He's a huge fan. He's family to us, and so is San Diego. Honestly, San Diego and the people of San Diego have been absolutely incredible to us, and we can't wait. We're playing Pala Casino Friday, February 11th, and it's going to be an awesome show at the Indoor Auditorium, and we cannot wait.
Have you created a name for a Yacht Rock superfan? What are they called?
Well, we call them croupies. Anyone who's a fan, they're called croupies.
That
That's
sounds,
right.
Philly, I'm going to be honest, I don't know if I like that because it sounds a little like the croup, and then it makes me think of like children spitting up and coughing.
Well, it's more off of, I hear that, but it's more off of groupie. So maybe we can shift it a little bit to that frame of mind. It's really just about bringing the fun. We want everyone to feel included at our shows and everyone know that they're a part of the fun. So every time we do a show, we like to identify who the new fans are, and then we christen them as groupies. We let them know. And honestly, a lot of our fans come ready to party. They come wearing their own captain's hats, their own aviators, their own Yacht Rock attire or Yachtly Crew t-shirt. And everybody's in on the fun. So you're going to have to get a captain's hat of your own and come on out to the show at Palette.
That's probably how you can spot the noobs, if you will. They don't have a hat
That's
on,
right.
Those
That's
noobs
right.
out there. Hey, real quick, you guys are an LA band. How long have you guys been around? How did this all come about?
So we're a group of friends and musicians who've been playing forever. Some of us met when we joined this band, and we started this band back in 2017. Our drummer and our bass player, Sailor Hawkins and Baba Booey, came up with the idea because they just love this music, and everyone in the band loves this music. We just make it our intention to pay tribute and play these songs to the absolute best of our ability, just like you heard them on the record. And our fans seem to respond. They seem to feel that that's what happens at our shows, and which is why they've been so incredibly supportive these past 5 years now.
I have to ask, do you croon a little yacht rock tune to your newborn?
I do. You know, when he was in utero, I would sing one of my personal favorite songs to him, which is All Right by Christopher Cross.
Aww.
All right, I think we're gonna make it. I think it might just work out this time.
Boom! That was my sneaky way of getting you to sing, and I love it. Okay, for people who want the full show, Friday, February 11th, Paula Casino, where can people go for more information on you guys?
Just go to our website, yachtlycrew.com. That's YACHTLEY crew.com. All the tickets are there, or you can call the number on your screen right down here and get tickets as well.
Philly Ocean, thank you. Congrats on the show, and then obviously congrats on the little one as well.
Thank you so much. We'll see you soon, San Diego.
All right, rock out. Well, at least we have better ratings here, huh? Yeah?
Not bad.
Can anyone attest to that?
Not bad.
I can't believe it. We're almost wrapped up here. We want to leave you with the song from the Yachtly Crew. Remember, tickets are on sale to see Yachtly Crew in concert at Paula Casino on February 11th.
They're awesome. Here they are now performing How Deep Is Your Love. See you tomorrow.